prepped up over here. Let's see, drinks right there. Food right there. I don't think I have chat hidden. The layout did change. Manage your channel directly. Well, I could do that. Twitch, thanks for the notification on screen. I'm kind of live. Why? I know I can access stuff over here. Like I'm pointing right there, where the finger would be. Don't you point at me? Yeah, that would be like. It was saying something about a new layout, and it does look kind of good. Like it gives you, viewer count. It gives you follower count. You can mute your microphone. I don't know what the refresh button is for. Don't know. Oh. Anyways, I might as well get started. It is Friday? I think it's Friday. February 3rd, 2023 here in Japan. Yes, I am here. No, you can't see much of anything behind me. Honestly, if I open the window, I think you just see apartments. That's about it. Yeah, I don't know where chat. I think chat's going to show up somewhere. But you're catching me off of having a very long night's sleep. Yesterday I just was done. Like my knees had no more of walking around. They were sore. And then my shoulder decided to get sore, and then that's the knuckle that has been giving me problems all night, that it woke me up. So it's just 2 days, I think, first 2 days, pulling I think a combination of over 20 miles of walking around. Yesterday I was all over the place because I tried to get filming done, and it didn't work out. It's okay. It's literally, I'm trying to think of directions. It's this way, and it's really, really close by. It doesn't matter. Where is the chat? Unless somebody's not in chat. Hide chat, show chat. Okay. I don't think anybody's chatted yet. That didn't end up working out as well as I wanted it to, since the park itself was a little busy. There's some... I mentioned this in my vlog yesterday, so check out the YouTube channel. I'm posting stuff over there. Trying to post stuff every day. Yeah, there's construction going on there. There was a police boat that decided it wanted to pull out into the nearby waters and do it in loud announcement. So it just ended up kind of going, okay, I think I'm not making it too interesting for myself as far as doing commentary while I was filming. And I'm pretty sure now that I'm going to have to, I can't present anything I'm going to record as just a straight recording. I'm going to have to cut around things because there's just going to be dead air, and there's going to be not that much that's going to be interesting. There's going to be, hey, this is a park. Yeah, we've seen the park. We know what the park looks like in the Yakuza series. We know what the park looks like here for the most part. There's not a whole lot to see, so you just kind of show it and then move the fuck on. So I have a better idea of how I want to shoot it. I don't know if I'll do that today. I might walk around Chinatown today a little bit and see what that's like, kind of get my head wrapped around the route there and how I want to do it. Even though I kind of did that the first night I was here, because me and my buddy Matthew, he was just like, oh, if you're hungry, we can go look for something to eat, and we can grab something. I was just like, yeah, I just want something quick, bring it back here, eat it, take a shower, and pass out, because I slept an hour on the flight and then getting over here. Let's see, I arrived on Tuesday? Yeah. Wednesday, I walked around a lot of the different shooting locations. I had a quick vlog about that. That was a short, because the one I recorded was really long, and when I tried to actually export it, it just didn't work. And then I finally got it up onto YouTube. It did funky shit there. I thought it uploaded twice. I deleted it, and then it just deleted the whole thing, and I didn't have the file anymore. So I said, all right, well, just going to record this real quick, and it's going to have to count. I at least figured out with my Pocket 2, I can record with that. It's easy enough to export stuff to the phone. I just have to have enough space for it. So I need to, at least with vlogs, I need to keep it kind of succinct. If I keep it under 8 minutes, it's going to be a single file, but I know the camera after a certain point just makes a cut, it creates a new file, which can be a pain in the ass on PC trying to merge them. I have figured out a way of doing it, so that's not a problem in the future. And I know on here, through the DJI Mimo app, you can merge them together there. Like I had the two files and there was a clear break, and as far as I know, when I played it back, it didn't show any weirdness. I uploaded the vlog and didn't watch it, so I actually should probably go around that point, around like the 8-minute mark, and then watch from there. And if I don't see a seam anywhere, cool. That means I don't have to worry about it, and I can use that camera to do vlogs as I wanted to. I know shorter stuff I could do on the phone. It's fine. I think it was having an issue. I think YouTube was not liking the fact that I didn't have a new file created from the video, and I need a new phone. Anyways, it's breakfast time. It's 10:15. I think I woke up about 9, but I technically probably woke up closer to like 8 and then just went back to sleep. I'm still kind of groggy, so we'll get started. I'm actually gonna have I'll have my yogurt drink. It's backwards. The Meiji R1. I think this one's a 0 calorie. Yeah, Amaisahi Kaemi. Yeah, drink type, 112 mils. I had one the other day. This one, 41 calories. I always forget what sato looks like. I think it's just really low sugar. Something. These are nice to have though. Get it shaken up. Keep yourself. If you travel, obviously traveling can make you irregular. It can fuck your body up in subtle ways that you're not going to be aware of until you become aware of them. And certainly going ahead 17 hours into the future. Oh, this one doesn't have like a little peel off deal. Oh, sealed, so whatever. Going ahead, like I know I'm still dealing, I think, with a little bit of jet lag. It's not too bad. I'm going to sleep at a normal time. We'll see how it is when I come back. So, all right, yogurt time. Cheers. Not really a fruit flavor. I don't know how to quite describe it. It doesn't taste like Yakult. That's got a particular kind of like creamsicle type flavor that I like. This one is more just kind of, it's a little sweet, it's a little chalky too, but I mean, I can whatever. It just tastes like yogurt, kind of plain yogurt. Yeah, not bad. Said just get some good bacterias in the guts. Plus 41 calories, whatever. And they heavily advertise these too, which is not surprising. I will need to rinse that bottle out later. All right, first item, something I haven't had in a while because it's usually too expensive in the US, and that is Calorie Mate. This is the maple flavor, I believe. No, this is a vanilla. I thought it said maple. Oh well, haven't had this one actually. This is a smaller box. They do sell, this is 100 yen. I think it's 108 with tax. And they sell a 200 yen box, which is just double size. It's the one I'm normally familiar with. It just gives you 2 packets. This one I was like, I just need one. I got my water with me too, because I know I've been working on, I forgot to pick up another one while I was there. Been working on my 2-liter bottle. I went down to Family Mart. It's not super close, but it's a pretty short walk otherwise. There's a couple 7-Elevens and there's a Lawson like much closer, but I specifically, that Lawson I think has French toast. I went to Family Mart because I know a few years ago when I was last here, pardon me, they had a maple French toast that I really, really liked. And I was hoping to just get there in the morning and see if they have it, but that is not the case. They weren't completely annihilated because it's kind of near a train station, but it's like halfway between each station. So it's not like when you go into one that's near a station or inside of one where after after rush hour they're completely annihilated. I've noticed some that just don't seem to have a whole lot of stock of onigiri. They just get completely wrecked. But when I was in Machida yesterday, the one I went to near the book off, that one had a lot. So I wasn't able to find the one I was really looking for, where I think it was a Kalbi short rib onigiri that they had. But they do have a gyumeshi. It wasn't gyusuji's beef tendon. Yeah, it's just gyumeshi, so like, beef rice. Like almost like a gyudon. And that was pretty good. So, all right. I've never seen calorie mates. They're like basically shortbread cookies. They're a little dry. That's why I was like, I need water. So let's tuck into one of these. Mm-hmm. As dry as ever. It tastes just fine. Sorry. I shouldn't talk with my mouth full. I guess if I hide my mouth, you can't tell. I was really hoping it was the maple one. Those are pretty good. They had a chocolate one. They have a cheese one, which is, it's all right. I need water. That helps. Then it just kind of completely, it moistens everything up. Can I check who's here? I probably can't. No. All right. Excuse me. I guess I need more water. As far as I don't hear any sirens. What is? Oh, I think like a thing on the wall here. I don't know what it is. As I'm looking this way, not at the camera. Yeah, I hear sirens. It's either cops. I think there's a police station nearby, like a Koban. Oh, well, actually, technically, there is a police station right in Chinatown. It's a rather large building that I'll end up showing when I record around there. So I hear that a lot, even this far up. Like this apartment that I'm staying in is on the 14th floor, and it's not super loud. It's pretty reasonable. I think the loudest thing I've heard, other than sirens, are the winds. It's been pretty windy here. Not as bad yesterday or today so far, but like Wednesday was fucking crazy. It was really windy and it made it really cold. I think the only other thing I've heard so far is there's a person, and it's like 2 days in a row, just outside the window, because the front door is this way. And near the front door, as you come in, there's a guest room right off the bat, and that's where I'm staying. And there's a window that looks out onto like the walkway, because up on this floor there's like maybe 5 or 6 apartments total. It's pretty sizable places. Somebody just stands there and is watching shit on their phone, and I'm just like, are you waiting for somebody? I don't want to look out and be like, hey, because I don't live here. They can do whatever they want. It's more of a curiosity to me than it is like a problem. So I was just like, why are you standing there? And it's in English. It's there. I don't know who it is. Who knows? I was thinking of cops. Oh yeah, saw him pull over somebody going down to the Family Mart. They pulled over a taxi driver. Very friendly. I don't know what was happening between them. Like, but at first it was just like I heard them. I saw it slow down. The taxi was slowed down. They put on their hazards, and I was like, are they getting pulled over? And you hear the announcement from the cop, and it's like, oh, they are. Hope that doesn't look bad on the taxi driver unless he actually was doing something wrong. So wiping off the lighting around here. I just got this watch like a month ago, and I noticed that there's an ever so fine scratch up near the top, but you can only see it like in certain lights. I'm wearing these glasses. These are my old glasses. I have my ones that I bought like a year and change ago. I don't know how I've scratched those things. Like I had one that was like right along the eye line on the left lens, and I cleaned them really well because I was bringing them with me, obviously, and then I was wiping them down like literally the night before I left, and I noticed there's like 2 new scratches on there, and I was like, oh my god, please don't be what I think it is. And I see them and I go, I don't know how I scratch these. I've never, I like these ones have like a few, like I had them for quite a few years, so they're a little beat up. But that's what I kind of anticipate. It's like if it's after like a year or so and you start, having issues with the lenses, I'm like, okay, cool, whatever, it's just wear and tear. The glasses are going to get beat up. These, I don't know how and I would kind of assume like if I threw these around, it's going to hit something. These I don't. Like my newer ones, I've babied them because when I got them, the lenses were fucked anyway, so I had to have them remade, and then I got those back. I started using them, and then I noticed, right around in the same spot that this left lens has, the left and right lens both had just, on the inside had scratches that were along the eye line, and I took them back, and I'm like, I'll be honest, it may have been, this thing I did, but like I don't know how it would have been able to do that so quickly and so easily. I figured maybe I had my glasses in the bathroom with me when I was trimming my hair, and the cord went along the lenses, but it's like I don't think anything on that cord would be sharp enough to just go in and make that in one fell swoop. And it's like it's not completely across the lens, it's just in the interior, like kind of where where the bevel is, not bevel, concave, there we go. And it's on both sides. Like if it was straight across, like that would be noticeable. Like it would go to one of the edges and it would continue along, and then I would go, okay, I fucked up. They remade them because it was within that correct period. I'll try to drink this while it's still warm, so I'll finish up. So they remade them, and then it was fine. And like, okay, well, I'm gonna baby these things now. Like I'm gonna wipe them down with this cloth that they gave me. I got the case, so they're gonna go in there. I'm not gonna clean them with my shirt or anything, and we'll see what happens. And I want to say within 6 months, it scratched again. So I was like, okay, well, fuck it. It pissed me off. I've noticed just with the lighting here, that scratches on numerous things seem to be more noticeable. Like my phone, at some point, I don't know when I did it, like it's not heavy scratches, but it's like a specific pattern along the screen. So something must have come in contact with it at some point in the past and scuffed it up a little bit. So I was like, I'm noticing that. I'm like, I think being tired made me pissy. So seeing all these things yesterday, like even seeing the little one, the teeny one, it's like right around here, and I can't fucking see it otherwise unless I hit it specifically with certain light. This, it's more about, I don't remember if I scratched my old watch at all, and having this a month and seeing just a teeny one, I'm just like, I can't return it anyways. I'm not in the right spot. So I'll get over it. I mean, things are meant to be, especially things like a watch or glasses or a phone. You want to take care of them during the first, period of time that you have them, but they're going to get abused. They're going to be, you keep them for a while. Like I've had this phone 3.5 years. It's gone through its paces. It's gonna get beat up a bit, and knock on wood, I've never cracked the screen or had heavy slashes, or like I've seen some people's phones, they're fucked up. So I've never done that before. I just realized this is, I think, a specific, I don't think I have to shake it, I'll give it a twirl. I think this is a Family Mart specific Boss, so I haven't seen it before. And it's still kind of warm, because it's the right time of year. They have lots of warm coffees and teas. I had a warm milk tea, a bottled milk tea yesterday. It was delicious. Yeah, it's good till the end of the year. This is the family, yeah. So it is for the Family's Boss, the espresso. Yeah, I've never seen this. Looks like it's Brazilian coffee. Some kind of blend. I can't, the rest of it's kanji. I can't fucking read it. All right, pop this guy open. We'll take a swig and we'll get to our other food item. I've had a couple of the warm ones. It's kind of weird drinking it warm, and some of them are a little tinny. I'll drink them anyways. This one actually does not have that. It's got some sweetness to it. It's a calorie count on this guy. 19 calories per 100 grams, and it looks like it's 185 grams in here. So that's not bad, actually. Yeah, that's pretty good. Yeah, I like having the warm cans too are a blessing with it being so cold. I'm looking at it going, is it cold today? Of course it's cold. It's 4 degrees Celsius, which is like, I don't know, 39, 40 degrees Fahrenheit. It's nice to have the cans because then it's like you stick it in your pocket, stick your hands in your pockets with your gloves, and you're off to the races. It's really nice, and those cans come out quite warm. So this is cooled off a little bit, but it's still warm. Yeah, good. All right. What time is it there? Oh yeah, it's 5 o'clock. I probably started too early. Most people don't show up until like 6 o'clock, which means they're just gonna miss out. And of course, with this, I had to get, I don't know what they're showing here. Is it butter inside? What the hell is that? Oh, maybe it's just butter to be used in it. Let's see. Famima za melon pan. The melon pan. Looks like this is new. Yeah, Fransu Normandie. Something, butter from France, it looks like. We hope Famima Bakery brings happy moments to your everyday life. There's more text, but it gets cut off. We offer a wide variety of breads to suit any preference, whether blank or demand the very best. Inge, breakfast, and lunch. Or snack on hungry. And there's like really tiny text there. Like after this, I don't know who fucking designed this. At home, school, your office, or a park, enjoy them with a coffee or tea for a nice break. All right. Yeah, this is the worst part. This is 390 calories. That's all right. This is the first thing I've eaten today, and I've been really good about being under calorie. Although I'd say Wednesday I was under, and I burned off a ton. So I probably should have eaten more. Yesterday I probably could have eaten more as well. That's a big boy. Got the cookie out of the shell, like the center parts, where the bread is. Like it's usually, hey, here's a thing of bread, and then you cover it with like a cookie crust. Pineapple buns out of like Taiwan and Hong Kong. I think Hong Kong does them. Conchas. Like they all are kind of the same bread with variations. And I think even like conchas have a really nebulous origin, and I don't think that was what directly led to the creation of the melon pan. But obviously, if the origins are somewhere, there's got to be something similar. Okay, let's take a bite. Obviously, doesn't taste like melon. They very rarely do. The bread on the inside's nice and fluffy and soft. The outer cookie part, nice and sweet. Yeah, it's a winner. I still got that other calorie made. I'll have that later. Oh, that's delicious. And what was the price? Because I think I spent like $4.79 for everything. With tax, $118. Actually, hold on. I got my receipt. My teeny tiny bag they probably charged me for. Sure did. Yeah. Reiji Fukuro, 3 yen. So the boss was 100 yen, which is a steal. Let's see. Famimaza Melon Pan. Calorie Mate, half vanilla. Okay, yeah. 118 for the melon pan, 108 for the Calorie Mate, and then the most expensive thing technically was this at 150, which is still pretty good. Just pay with some pocket change. If I gave my 100 yen coins, I think I have a couple of 500 yen coins that I need to probably break down. It's inevitably you run into change. Although I actually did manage to successfully use my credit card here, so I know that works. When I was at Book Off yesterday, so I went to Machida and he hit up theirs, and they did not have what I was looking for, unfortunately. There's a lot, like they changed around how things are laid out around like the game sections, and on the first floor they used to have like everything, and they have reduced that to basically going on along like one of the outer walls, and it stops, and they do like PlayStation stuff, PS2, PSP, I think Vita was around there as well, and as you come back towards the entrance you go to like PS3, PS4, PS5, Switch, Xbox. I don't think I saw any Xbox stuff, but I might be wrong. Pardon me. And then everything else has gotten moved down to the basement level where movies and CDs are. And I'm not really looking for a lot of like really specific retro stuff. I probably could get a few things, and it's generally pretty cheap. There's actually, I'm thinking I might go back to any one of them, because I'll be able to find them pretty easily, and getting copies of Ryuga Gotoku 1 and 2 for PS2, hopefully non-PlayStation the best versions, because they're super cheap. They're like 270 yen a piece. It's nothing. It's a steal. And I don't believe I have PS2 copies of those. I have the HD versions, not the Kiwami versions, but the HD re-releases of the PS2 versions I have the PS3 copy of that, which I'll probably never fire up. If I'm going to play those, I'm just going to play the English versions, or see if anybody has like fan translated the first game into English with a better translation than the first game got. But yeah, I wasn't looking for anything retro, and trying to look through CDs can kind of be a pain in the ass with how they lay them out. Like you have sections, then within those sections, it depends upon, it feels like if it's Western artists in a particular section, those are in alphabetical order, but when you go into like other artists, specifically Japanese ones, it gets a little nebulous. There's obviously an ordering system. I don't understand it. It's not like with games, they'll usually put them into separate sections, like, fighting games, role-playing, simulation, adventure, action. And then beyond, if it's a big enough section from there, it'll usually be broken up by like the basic vowels. Usually basic vowels, and then just like, I think just all the standard, like you'd have like you would find like, okay, let's say action, and there would be a section within there that's sa. If you see sa, it's going to be everything like sa, se, su, se, sol. Usually will be within that section if I recall correctly. So as long as you're like, okay, I'm looking for this, and the title's this, which means the first character is going to be this. If you can find the section where it's like, okay, yeah, it'd be a sound, like an S or, or ka. So ga would be in there. So it's a ka, ke, ku, ke, ko. Ka, ki, ku, ke, ko? Yeah. And then obviously ga would be in there, and you'd be able to find it that way. I know like Biohazard, let's say for that would be under ha. You would probably be seeing ha as a hiragana, but then the same sound has a katakana rendering. So it's just like, all right, ha, ba. There you go. So it's not, it's weird, but you can work around it. Anyways, they didn't have what I was looking for, and nothing else really kind of worked out looking around some of the spots I knew in Machida, so I ended up Wesker. I got to use it because obviously I can't play any sounds. Welcome in, MCG. So I ended up making a stop at Yokohama Station, and there's a mall near the station there by the river. It's like Yokohama Vibra. It's a French word. With big Tenga advertising. I thought that was funny as hell. I'm like, what the fuck? It's like Tenga's everywhere. I'll probably bring a few of those. If I get the cheaper ones, I can find them at Don Quixote. Bring a few of those back for like the roommates and be like, hey, what'd you bring us from Japan? Pocket pussies? Sure. Helpful aids? We'll call them that. It's probably a better way of putting that out there. Yeah, where is it? I still don't see hi chat, show chat. I've not seen, if you guys have mentioned anything in chat, I have not seen it. I don't know how chat, like, at least the channel points that just got used. I'm just gonna have to do the sounds myself if you spend channel points. So we'll do them that way because I won't have access to that stuff until later. Yeah, I haven't seen, if you've chatted, I have not seen it yet. I don't know what it looks like in this new layout. So, but yeah, there was a book off there in that mall up on like the 8th floor. Okay, there's chat. Now I see it. Good. Nobody's chatted yet. I've had one viewer for a while. It's probably in Darkstar, but I don't think he's been able to watch yet. So I went there, and there's an animate up there. I haven't been to any of the animates here because it's like it's anime, and I don't know what to pick up for anime. Maybe JoJo's stuff, but like, what the fuck do I want? Like, I don't really need to buy any manga either because it's all in Japanese. What the fuck am I gonna do with it? Dash No Chris has bought me enough volumes of certain manga series where I'm like, yeah, cool, man. I still haven't opened these up because what am I gonna do? I'm just gonna look at the pictures. Oh, yeah. Yeah, I said it was almost 6 o'clock there. It's like 5:45 almost. Yesterday. But getting to the book off there, I managed to find a few things. I finally found a copy of. Actually, I was checking Bic cameras for stuff and the new prices for certain things I wasn't wanting to get, so I didn't want to pay it. I'm like, I'm not paying that much. I'll find these at Book Off for used, and it'll be cheaper. So I found the Klonoa collection, the 1 and 2. That was like, I don't know, just over 3,000, 4,000 yen. And what was it? The Centennial Case of Shijima story. It was a live action. Square Enix put it out in the West, but not physically. It was a live action murder mystery case, and I wanted to check it out. And I was like, okay, well, maybe I can find it physically in Japan. And yeah, it was like over that was like almost 7,000 yen if you went to Bic Camera for it, but it was much cheaper at Book Off. So I was like, all right, let me get these two. And then I found a DVD box set for the TV drama adaptation of Kurohyo 2, the PSP RGG spinoff. And I was like, oh shit, and it was like 2,700 yen. But it's like, I was looking at it going, well, all three of these, like, I clearly don't have enough cash on me right now to buy all these, so I'd have to come back. And I just said, you know what, fuck it. I will have to, let's see if I can use my credit card here, and I will buy them, and then I'll just pay off the payment with just my own with my own money, and that means this purchase doesn't come out of the trip fund. And it went through just fine. Although dealing with the guy at the counter, like, he was fine, he was nice. It was just I'm clearly still jet lagged, and I'm also very anxious, and my Japanese sucks. So anytime someone asks me something that isn't, do you need a bag? I am just like a deer in headlights. I haven't tried to use my translator yet, because especially in a case like that when you're in a book off and it's in a mall, basically, and it is near a train station and it's fucking busy. You don't want to. I maybe I just gotta have to kind of push myself and go, if I don't know what you're saying, I need to bust this out and go, shosho machi kudasai. Bust out the translator and go, can you speak into this? And ask me. That way it's just an easier time for us to do that. But I was just like, I know some of it, I think it was point cards. Do you need a bag? I didn't get a bag, so I actually had to go to the New Days inside of the station and buy something. And it thankfully had self-checkout, and I could buy a bag for really cheap. Get my 2 items, stuff my stuff into the bag, and I was, it's good to go. That was nuts. tried coming back this way towards the apartment at like the wrong time, because that station was pretty busy by around 4:30, 5 o'clock, which is generally not the time you want to catch it. The train to get here was not busy at all. I guess nobody really wants to take the Minato Mirai line to get anywhere, but that station, Yokohama Station, there's a ton of connections and they go in a bunch of different ways. So fun. That's good. Oh man. Yeah, it's still weird. I'm still not quite in the headspace that I'm in realizing that I'm here. I had one moment on Wednesday when I got down to Isezaki-cho and I started walking down the shopping street, and that's where I was just like, holy shit, I'm here, man. You get that kind of, get goosebumps moment, and it's strange. Like, even flying over here, I think it's just a combination of probably a lot of things. I was tired. Tired and grumpy, because traveling makes you grumpy no matter what. I guess I can talk about that because my first vlog that never went through, I wasn't able to actually get that up. So that vlog has now been tossed to the four winds. So I guess I can just go on about that now and fill in some more time, because I'll probably push this to like an hour and then figure out what I want to do today and go from there. So I went for a walk on this past Sunday, because I knew it's like, let me go out, let me go to the wetlands, let me, just get some steps in, get some fresh air, have a nice little moment, and then I can go back and I can start, finishing up everything for packing and be good to go. And that walk, I think I did like 6 miles, and it blew me up. So I was like, I laid down hoping not to sleep, and of course I fell asleep. So I caught like a nap there for a little while, and then got up and, got everything finished up, got clean. I think I took a shower after I got done with my walk. Chit-chatting with Paps dude, and just, kind of filling in the day and getting everything done. And then by like, 9 o'clock, I was like, okay, I need to lay down and try to get some sleep. So I attempted that. I think I fell asleep for maybe an hour, if that, and I gave up around 1:30 and said, fuck it, I can't do this. It's like my body is not letting me fucking go to sleep, even though I really need to sleep. And I was intent on waking up about 3 o'clock to get ready. So I figured, okay, I'll get up. I don't need to take another full shower, but it would be nice to hop back in, get cleaned up a little bit, get freshened up, because I know I'm not going to be able to, it's going to be almost a full day of traveling, and I'm not going to be able to take another shower until I get to where I'm going. So I get that done. I set my Uber pickup. I, preserved that for 4:30, and I just got done the rest of the way and made sure I had everything settled and together. The Uber showed up early for some reason. The guy was nice, but he showed up at like between 4:15 and 4:20. I'm like, I don't need you here this fucking early. It's like, that's why I set it to 4:30. You don't need to pick me up until after or around there. So next time, I guess I would just need to fucking set it later or not order it until I absolutely need it. So I get to the airport like before 5 o'clock, and I don't need to be there that early. Even the app is just kind of like, for Air Canada, is like, yeah, you should just show up 2 hours early. I think I need to show up like 3 or 4 early on the day I fly back. Really? My watch is telling me to stand up. We're just going to twirl our arms to get that until it's done. So if it looks weird, I'm doing it to tell my watch to shut up for another hour. So I get there way too early, but I figure, all right, fuck it. It's whatever. And when we show up, part of the drop-off points for Terminal 3 at Harry Reid are just absolutely jam-packed. But it was for United and Frontier, I believe. And apparently a lot of people are leaving very, there we go, a lot of people are leaving very early on domestic flights. Must be cheaper, obvious. It'd have to be. That's the only thing that makes sense. But once we got past that point and we go up to where some of the other airlines are at, specifically like international flights, there's nobody there. I'm like, okay, cool. That makes it easy. But it's literally nobody's there. I get inside and I go to the Air Canada section where there would be the baggage check, and you can go through the automated process and tag your own bags. That way you don't have to wait in line. Pardon me. You don't have to wait in line for somebody else, for a clerk to do it. You can just tag it up and then take it up to somebody. But there's nobody there. Like, I tagged it, everything was cool, I got my boarding pass. Actually, no, I wasn't able to get boarding passes. They were gonna have to print them out, which is part of a debacle with them. So I just have a tag on my bag and I can't fucking drop it off anywhere. I can't take it through security. Technically I could, but I'd have to be like, okay, I still gotta check it. And it was like closer to 5:30 before people finally started coming out and getting set up and opening up those counters. So then I could be like, here's my fucking bag, and get it checked. So I get that done, and during the process, I know when I was checking in on the app, it wasn't taking a photo of it wasn't accepting a photo of my vaccination card, so they needed that to verify. So it's like, okay, I'm just gonna have to do that in the airport. They check it there, they get me boarding passes printed for both legs of the trip. I'm like, okay, cool, great. Go up to security. It doesn't take a super long time, but it's pretty busy, and some people are just being shitty for no reason. And I feel like some of the TSA folks are kind of through with that, and they're like, yeah, we're gonna be shitty back to you as well, you know, in a polite way, but we're gonna let you know. I'm like, we're not putting up with your shit. I had a fucking heart attack almost standing in line because I saw somebody who literally looked like my dad, and I was like, why is my dad here? And who's this person that he's with? I saw him and I was like, I didn't realize he was in town. I was about ready to be like, walk up to him eventually and just be like, cool, hey, thanks for telling me that you're here. Would have been nice to know. We could have seen each other. He didn't have any arm tattoos though. Eventually I was just like, okay, that's not him. No arm tattoos. I actually sent a message to my dad. I'm just like, either I just saw you at Harry Reid or I found your fucking doppelganger. No, he wasn't there. As far as I can tell. And plus, my dad, I think, is growing more of a full beard now. And this guy did not have one. So it's like, I had no clue. It looked just like him, but he also had, his hair was like also in like a horseshoe. Like he was mostly bald. You know, my dad's been balding. He started balding pretty young, I think. But yeah, it wasn't him. I was weirded out by it though. Security was not an issue. My gate was really close to the exit for security. Waiting for boarding time to come up was whatever. Boarding that flight was a fucking shit show because it's broken up into zones. And I wasn't loading until zone 5. They kept announcing like, please, this person, please come up to the counter. I'm like, shut the fuck up. You need to just send it to their phone. Some people I don't think ever showed up. And when we started lining up, like there's no good way to queue in Terminal 3, I guess, because it's either here's zone 1, zone 2, and then here's everybody else. And you have to like queue up in the fucking hallway, in like the walkway that goes between all the gates. And it's like, you got to find a better system to do this. And they check our passports, and I'm like, I don't know why you're checking my passport. You don't have to fucking check it. That doesn't make any sense. It's like maybe you should have checked it beforehand, but it's like, you guys have already checked my passport. And they were checking vaccination cards again. And I'm like, you don't have to check them. Like, if I have the boarding pass, if I can't print paper boarding passes, and they were telling everybody, it's like, you need a paper boarding pass. I'm like, then what the fuck's the point of using the app? It's like, if I need the paper one, what do I have this for? If I have these, then why are you rechecking it? Like, somebody's already verified this information, so why are you checking it again? You guys are checking this as you're loading people up per zone, which is slowing the entire boarding process. So we were late getting off the ground, but we were actually on time getting into Vancouver. It was really annoying. Like, why are you having to do this again? I got to Vancouver with just enough time to grab food and use the restroom and then get over to the other gate, and then boarding for that started around noon, and it was the same process. They had to fucking check everything again. I'm like, okay, you don't need to check my if I'm here, I can't be in this airport without my passport, so you don't need to check that. And you don't need to check my fucking vaccination card again, but you're going to do it anyways. So that's a longer boarding process. Thankfully, that plane's a lot bigger. The flight here, BBH is live on Friday. Oh yeah, he's on Fridays. Yeah, the flight into Vancouver is like a 737 max, and it's a fucking small plane. So you're just kind of cramped in there, and the seats aren't super comfortable. At least the 787, there's a little bit more room. It's still kind of cramped in the non-business class areas, but it's a little bit easier to work with. We're late getting off the ground there, but we were still on time getting here. And then I regretted eating in the airport at least like a meal, because I went to A&W and had a burger and fries, so I was fucking hungry. And then we get into the air, and like I think an hour, maybe an hour and a half into the flight, they fucking have meal service, and I'm like, cool, I'm gonna eat half of this because I'm not super hungry. At the very least, for the ticket cost, we got the first meal service after takeoff. There's a breakfast like 90 minutes before you land, and then in between there is a snack. So I think it was like a red wine, braised beef, and mashed potato. It was like a little corn, carrot, and edamame salad with a dressing. Get a roll with it and some butter. Get a bottle of water. You can have an additional beverage as well. It was a decent little meal. The snack was a pack of Biscoff cookies and a tuna sandwich, which actually was pretty good. It was a little dry, but like at that point I was hungry, so I needed to eat. And then breakfast, I got an omelet with like mushrooms and I think some cheese and like spinach, I believe. I don't remember. Oh, it was a cup of fruit and then another roll. I had some tomato juice with it. So it wasn't too bad. The flight itself was fine. It wasn't that bumpy. It's just long. And the in-flight entertainment options kind of suck. The one from Vegas to Vancouver had the Batman available. I was like, oh, well, that's 3 hours. I'll fucking watch it on the way there to Japan, and it's not available on the international flight. I did finally watch Casablanca, though, and I really loved it, so that was fun. But yeah, other than that, I didn't do much else. And then I landed. Getting through vaccination check and immigration and customs was pretty quick, with having everything already checked out. That's why I was like, why the fuck is Air Canada needing to check my vaccine status more than once? Because they're like, oh, are you going to have to do all this stuff in Japan? I'm like, yeah, I'm already done. Like, I already did all the fast track stuff. I'm good. Unless they have questions for me when I get there, I should be able to scan everything through, show them my fucking passport, and go. So you guys have really no business. They were trying to hand out Canadian customs cards. They're going to fucking do that on the way back again, too. I know they did that the first time I flew with Air Canada back in 2018. They were giving me a Canadian customs card as I'm coming in, and I even look at the flight attendant and I go, hey, I don't need this. Like, A, I'm not Canadian. B, this is not my final destination. Like, I'm catching a connecting flight, and she's like, well, the rules. I'm like, no, rules nothing. This is not my final destination. I don't have to claim shit here. I have to claim it for the U.S., which I will, although I have nothing to claim anyways, but I have to go through their process. So we'll see what happens. Thankfully, with having all my vaccine information already given to the Japanese government, it was as simple as they were looking for this screen. And I think they had checked it like once or twice just to be like, hey, I think they even checked the phone. I'm like, is all this here? Check. I think they might have checked my passport as well. and that was about it. Once they knew, okay, you've done the process, you're good, you don't have to quarantine, you don't have to test, you are vaccinated, it kind of diverts off. Like, I think you have to do testing and other paperwork in one direction, and anybody else that has their stuff taken care of, you just get shot off in this other way, and you just kind of completely bypass all this nonsense and you go down to the next level. Immigration, I got into there and I went, oh yeah, I remember this. I think they've kind of changed the layout a little bit, but I saw immigration and it was fine. Some people were being pissy, but fuck them, they're idiots. Some people on the plane when we landed, they apparently had no masks. They're like, oh, we got a mask. I'm like, yeah, even if you're connecting here, you're gonna need to be masked up in the airport. That's a rule. Japan's still doing that. I see a lot of people, like some people not masked up, some foreigners, but I've seen more foreigners with masks while I've been here than without. And the same thing with locals. Like most people, even when you're walking around, they're still masked up outside. It actually makes sense now with it being cold and, having anything else that might be roaming around. So I just keep my mask on all the time when I'm out. Getting into immigration, I had no issues there. That was not as fast as I would have liked, because I think it just feels like if I already did all this, why am I having to wait in line? Like, really, you guys only need to verify my passport is good, and then obviously put the stamp in it. But I've literally given you all this other info, so it's whatever. But it was relatively quick, and you go back downstairs, because you kind of start from, like, I think the 4th floor, and you make your way down to ground level as you go through the process. And you get down to customs, and that's where baggage claim's at. So you get your bag, get all your stuff back out, you re-verify all your customs information as you scan your passport and scan the QR code, check everything again. Once you sign off on that, if it's good, you're good to go. Just, hey, go downstairs and you're in ground level. I got lost there trying to figure out where the counter was to pick up my pocket Wi-Fi, which thank God I fucking ordered that, because I immediately noticed, like, once I connected to SoftBank, I'm like, this is workable, this is not reliable. So I had to find that counter, which is on the 1st floor, but I completely missed it. And then because I thought it was on the 4th floor with departures, no. And then I had to find my way. Yeah. Yeah, I think it was bad because I was on the plane. I know the Wi-Fi here at this apartment has not been terrific, so it does kick me off back onto LTE, and it's nice to have that fallback. And it was the same way when I connected into Canada. It's perfectly fine, but it's slow. That's the biggest problem. It's too slow, and at least with the pocket Wi-Fi, it's a 4G connection. So once you're on it and it's charged and it's got power, it's been pretty good. So worthy investment, even if it's another like $200 to do that for the length of time. But thankfully, the date I have to give it back is after I leave, and they give you a prepaid envelope. Just shove everything back into and drop off at a post office or a post box. So as long as it's, I think, in a post box by 1 p.m. the day it's due back, you're good. So I'm just going to drop it off probably either the day before or the day I leave. So if it's the 16th and I leave the 15th, I just drop it off. I probably could drop it off at the airport. But I got that picked up, and then it was a matter of getting to where the train platforms are to get a train to get the hell out of the airport. Finding the platforms was easy. I had an issue trying to buy a ticket for the Narita Express, but I eventually got that figured out, got my Pasmo card loaded up, and then was off to the races. And it's a very easy trip. Like, unfortunately, I was excited to take the Narita Express, and it is a smooth ride, and it's a nice, easy ride. But since it's nighttime, you get a lot of glare on the windows, so you can't see anything outside because of the overhead lights in the train cars. And even if there was nothing there, it's dark. You can't see shit. So I'll probably be able to get better footage of that, even just if it's just for like a short or something on when I leave. So because I have a feeling I'll end up taking that train back. It's gonna be fun trying to get back to like Shinjuku Station, or actually I guess I could just go to Yokohama Station again and catch it instead of going all the way to Shinjuku. But that's, a number of weeks away. That took me to Yokohama Station, and then from there you can take that and catch the Minato Mirai line, and I just caught that to the end. I fucked up and took the wrong exit. Actually, I think I took like exit 5 of that station, which is a little ways away. It's not far, but there are exits that are actually closer to this location for that station. So it's just like, oh fuck, oh well. But yeah, getting here was easy. And so not a bad trip. Certainly a pretty good flight, I'd say overall. Aside from not sleeping a whole lot, it was doable for sure. And hopefully it'll be that good on the way back. It's just you have no way around it. I think I've only taken a few bites of this. You have no way around it. You have to take the plane flights. Like you can't. It sucks, and you're like, I wish there was a faster way here, and there's not. Actually, I have one more drink. I might bust out. I feel like I need the caffeine. But yeah, other than that, that's pretty much how it went. Most travelers are stupid and weren't prepared, apparently. I think there was a number of people that actually were filling out immigration cards. They hadn't done any of this fucking work to get into the country, and there's a way of being able to speed up this process. The fact that there was people on that flight, though, that didn't have masks, like they had to hand out masks to people. It's like, I realize you're not wearing them on the fucking plane, because Air Canada is not requiring them anymore. They're telling you, we still recommend them, but you're not required to wear them, so people don't. But if you're connecting through Japan and you're not aware, that's fine. If you're here and you somehow don't have a mask and you're visiting here, what are you doing? Like, how do you not know that? And how do you not know about the rest of it? I don't know. Give me a second. I'm going to go grab that other drink. We're going to finish up here in a few minutes, but let me get that thing real quick. All right. Ugh. Yeah, I picked this up. I saw Critical Eats Japan do a video on it, and I figured if I could find it, and I did at the Mega Don Quixote nearby, I'll give it a shot. It is. So Zone is from Suntory, I think. If I can find information on here. Zone Energy. I think it's Suntory. 500 mils. I don't remember what the caffeine content is for this. But they've done a number of varieties, and I can't really find them in the US. No, it's actually, if you look at it, it's a Daruma. And even the name of the flavor is Big Luck. I found Zone once in the States, and that was in LA. Marukai had it, and the Tokyo Central and main locations had them, mainly because they had so much else, and it makes sense. They're owned by Don Quixote, so they have these as well. But dive into the Zone, as it says on the top of the can. Probably can't see it. Yeah, this one, it seemed like it'd be kind of interesting. Today's Setsubun as well. I got to figure out what time to do it. I bought an ehomaki to eat. I think it was a yanyan chicken one. I think that's a Korean dish. Ooh, wow, I can smell that. It smells like an energy drink. Actually, it smells fruity, like candy. It's not bad. I've only had one of them, and it was like a, I don't remember what the flavor was. It was like a cotton candy colored can. It was pretty good. So I'll have to probably grab like one or two of these to bring back. There's a bunch of shit. Like, I don't know what I'm going to bring back. I found Hodoyoi Chuhai flavors that I've been really wanting to try out, and I had one last night, and I really enjoyed it. And I have another one to drink either tonight or tomorrow. We'll see. Actually, probably tonight, because I think I'm going out tomorrow. I've been invited to go to dinner. I still got to get a hold of King Kogi and figure out when to meet up with them, because they had mentioned it's like, when you're here, let me know. We'll figure out how to meet up. So, but yeah, Ehomaki, Setsubun, I don't remember what it's doing, I know it's something for luck, and it's like it's casting out, bad luck and bad vibes and bringing good stuff in. Like, one of the things is like throwing soybeans at somebody and then eating roasted soybeans as part of the luck part. And Twin Tail did. Oh, okay. Oh, wait, Twin Tail from Ultraman? That's funny. I got to go to Kawasaki at some point, and maybe I'll bring that up when I go to dinner, because I know Matthew and his friend Adrian, I think they're going to Devil Craft, so he's just like, hey, are you doing anything on Saturday? And I'm like, not that I'm aware of. He's like, okay, we're gonna go out to dinner, and if you want to go in with us, we can get you on the reservation, and we'll go. And I'm like, okay, cool. And I've been wanting to go to Devil Craft anyways. They do pizza. I just don't remember which one they're going to. But yeah, I wanted to bring up going to the Kaiju Sakaba in Kawasaki and checking that out, because it's like, if I don't go with people, I'm just going to go by myself. But yeah, I know part of Setsubun also, it's even printed on the label for it, because they had a whole bunch at the Mega Donki, like bigger ones and then shorter ones, and it's like you have to eat it all in one go. The label itself is printed with, this is the direction you have to face in for good luck, and you have to face that direction, eat it all in one go, and eat it in silence, and kind of have the wish in your head of what you want for the new year. And it's all tied into Lunar New Year. So I did it last year with a California burrito from Roberto's, because I'm like, I know I could get ehomaki, or you could get you could even go to like a sushi burrito place back home and get like just one of the sushi burritos, and it's like, well, that's a big old ehomaki. It's one large roll and it's uncut, so it's just a giant nori sheet with a bunch of stuff in it. And this one's like half that size, but at least that way. I think it's like southeast, which I don't, probably that way. I gotta check that later. So you just gotta face that direction and eat it. So it's like, well, that'll be good for lunch or something. I actually have leftovers from what I bought for dinner last night. But I don't know. Again, I don't know what I'm doing today. Tomorrow, I don't know what time they want to leave, so it's like I probably could go do something up until a certain point, or figure out like, hey, where are we gonna meet up in a specific place? It's like, I'll just make my way there and just wander around, and I'll meet you guys later. But today I kind of want to take it a little bit more easy in terms of where I go, not take a train. Maybe I'll go find a cafe or something. I don't know. There's a bunch of stuff around here, and I actually haven't really walked around Chinatown a whole lot. I think I mentioned that earlier. Do that real quick and kind of find the route I know I have mapped out, do a quick walk of it, and also maybe find a place that'll sell me a meat bun. There's a bunch of them. It's got to be a bunch of them. So anyways, I don't know if I'll maybe I'll still do a vlog today. This kind of counts as a vlog. I've been sitting down, but like this is going to go into the same playlist for everything else. But yeah, I guess that's it for now. I will try to sit down and do streams at least, once or twice a week while I'm here. And if only just to basically eat and drink on camera and hang out. And I'm pretty sure like I don't have to plug my phone in, but I wish I had something to prop this. I wish I actually had a bigger tripod to lift this up a little bit. I think it's a little too low. But yeah, I'm gonna go get things figured out about what I want to do for the day and go from there. But yeah, I guess that's it for now. If I get online at weird times, like I'm doing this right now in the morning here because I know it's the afternoon over there. It's the most likely time to catch all of you guys. So I'll try to keep it to those. If I were to start at like 11 or noon, that's probably a pretty good time, because if I start at 7 or 8 here, it's the morning and all of you guys are either going to be asleep or you're not going to be able to watch. So I'll just have to bear that in mind. But all right, enough rambling out of me. Thanks guys for watching. Appreciate it. Hope you guys are doing well. I'm doing okay, and we'll catch you in the next stream. So stay safe, stay well. Wesker! Watch out for weirdos. I haven't run into any weirdos here, just people give me weird stares. And yeah, I'll catch you when I'm back on. Make sure to, if you have Instagram, I got stuff going up on there. I have stuff going up on YouTube as well, shorts and obviously the vlogs and other things. So just keep on the lookout for those. I'll try to remember to post them in the Discord, but just check the channels. I check my socials every day. I got stuff going up. But yeah, I'll see you when I stream again. So take care. We'll see you later.